Hi, this is Lawrence Frontera, also known as A Punk with Toys. So, anyone that's followed me before has heard the Instagram. That's my new Instagram for just toys, so if you're not interested in following my kids, my dog, skateboarding, you just want to follow toys, that's the new Instagram just for this, A Punk with Toys. Today I'm going to do something different. Anyone that's been following the Instagram will see, or the YouTube, will realize that I've been doing the G.I. Joe. I reviewed a few other things, but today I'm going to do something different. And what I'm going to talk about is what I believe is the best line of toys for parents and their kids today. I'm not saying this is my favorite line, but this is what I think is the best line for a parent in their 40s, late 30s, maybe mid 30s, and their kids. And first, what I want to do is go over some of the figures and the toys that are out there right now that would harken back to our day. Now, I'm not going to go over turtles because I haven't seen any turtles lately, although my kids had turtles and they're not that old. So unless you're looking for the NECA, which good luck on that, you don't really see any turtles out there, at least I haven't. I haven't seen them on, like I said, on the regular racks. So quickly, I want to look at a couple of these the toys that are out there and kind of discuss why I don't think they are the best. So let's start with DC or Batman. Now, I absolutely love these figures. These are the McFarlane ones. But they don't have nearly as much articulation or being able to move as the Hasbro Legends, G.I. Joe Classified, and the Black Series Star Wars, which are technically all the same. Looks wonderful. I'm pretty sure he'd break. But the other thing about DC is, growing up, man, there's just so many different DC lines of characters that there's nothing that brings any type of nostalgia back other than, oh wow, look, it's the Justice League. Now, maybe if they brought back the actual Justice League figures from probably about 20 years ago with some more articulation, you might have something going there. Now, quickly, let's move on to this Star Wars Black Series. Here's Boba Fett package, beautiful. How can you not love the way these look? And I'm just going to piggyback onto these. Your Marvel Legends, because they all articulate and move the same. Alright? And what is my favorite line is your G.I. Joe Classified. Here's your Snake Eyes 00. You can see, if you look close, Duke had changed his gun. Anyway, these are more mini statues. Snake Eyes was already wobbly to begin with. They pretty much need stands or else they're going to get knocked over, some of them at least. Obviously, you can see I have some that are standing up right now. But these figures, 6-inch, they are nice. I'm going to give you that. But the Black Series, Classified, Marvel Legends, I think if you play with them too much for kids, they're going to break. Also, we're talking about a price point of $20 at the time, but as we all know, Hasbro is raising their prices to $22.99, I do believe. And then you get the deluxe figures, and you're going to get even more. So let's look at the other. The other one would be G.I. Joe Retro, which right now are only at Walmart, if you can even find them. Now, here's the box for the All-Striker. Looks like our own All-Striker. They changed the way the figure looks to look more like the figure, which is cool. The back kind of looks the same. It's really cool. Love these. But, you got a figure. It looks nice. It has our artwork. They made it so this will rip out just like the original. You gave your file card. Again, if this is supposed to be retro, you need to make the back look the same. It's not how it looked, but I'm not going to get too mad about that. But let's discuss the figure. Nice looking figure. And Hasbro Paulson is trying to tell us that they were different molds. They're not. Some of them may be slightly different, but anyone that pays attention, I believe this is the 25th anniversary or 50th anniversary. I don't even know. There's so many different figures. These are the exact same Destro. Different paint job. Alright? But the same Destro. Even comes with the same weapons. And if you look at Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Lady J, Cobra Commander, and Duke, which I actually canceled because I really didn't want more figures that are the exact same. So, you're going to give us retro. If anyone from Hasbro is listening, and I doubt you are, you want to have the best line, this is what we want. The O-ring. But, let's be honest, thumbs, crotches, they break. You already had an O-ring set, like this Viper, where they have soft arms, crotches I guess could still break, but you have soft plastic. That's what we really want. You, right now, would be winning this. I'd be telling you that this is the best line because you can make vehicles. Quickly, to continue to touch on Star Wars here. Here's our vintage series. Again, artwork looks like, you know, what we had back in the late or early 80s. Figure is different. Has some points of articulation, but still not that great. Doesn't harken back to what we grew up on. At least not in my opinion. These here, you ask me, are more for decoration. And then you get to the retro. I mean, they even made it look like crap around it like they were. But when you look at all these retro figures, and this is probably the bad example because it's Baby Yoda, they don't move. So why did G.I. Joe kick the crap out of Star Wars? Because of Kung Fu Grip. Because of the O-ring. The O-ring really wants this. So, those are the few lines that I went over that, again, as a parent that wants to play with their kids, that we should be gravitating to. But I don't think these are the best. So, for me, what I think the best is the Masters of the Universe. And I have some right here. Your He-Man, your Skeletor, alright? What is it about these figures? I got Man-at-Arms back there, Triclops. What is it about these that are better than all of these? And I was never the biggest He-Man fan. I loved He-Man, but let's be honest, what did He-Man do? He had like 5 points of articulation. His arms just moved up and down, that's all he did. So how were they able to take these figures and make it the best retro line right now going? Well, let's be honest. And look at what he has. He has Havoc Staff. His sword, right? He-Man's got his axe, his sword, his shield. He's all the same. But what's different about these than the original? And that is, they made them actually be able to move. Arms bend, wrists bend. Alright? He no longer swings back and forth. New head sculpts, but look close enough to the original that when we look at it, we don't go, wow, that's completely different. We have ankle joints, knee joints. He moves around. They're durable. If you want to stand them, they stand perfectly fine. You don't need to stand for everything like, you know, any G.I. Joe here. You need to stand them. Again, they're tough. They're rugged. You want to pop off their arms? Pop off their arms just like the original. Sure, it's different, but let's be honest. It's what we had. How many He-Man arms did we switch around? Change the colors. And the other thing is, they're available. Now, I know if you go to Target and Walmart, you're going to find He-Man and Skeletor and Battle Cat all over. It's driving people nuts. But you go to Big Bad Toys, you go to Amazon, you're going to find almost every single one of these figures. If you do go in the morning, you will find the new lots of figures. Yes, they're not as available as we like. There's no doubt about that. But right now, these figures, they're rough, they're tumbled. I mean, it's what you want to play with your kids, especially when you're going, hey, this is what I played with. And if you take one of the original He-Man, if you have other figures, they line up perfect. They're 5.5 inches. They make vehicles that aren't too big. But there's nothing that I don't like about these. And I fought to not get into collecting the He-Man. I did. I loved them. I knew I was eventually going to do it. I was trying to stick with the G.I. Joe line. But Hasbro, you let so many of these sit around that eventually my money went somewhere else. Sure, it went to some Marvel stuff and some Star Wars stuff, but it went to McFarlane and DC. And I was going to Mattel and their He-Man Masters of the Universe. But anyway, so all I'm trying to say is these figures here, I got a bunch of them. Yeah, here I only have 4. Downstairs I have a good amount. I got the other ones ordered on Big Bad Toys. You know, they come with, you know, a nice bubble card that looks like the original. Now this is a deluxe figure, but you know, it's nice. And if you keep, you know, boxes and stuff like I do, blister cards, I get rid of them. So I just slide this in and I'm keeping them. Unlike, let's say, all the Marvel Legends, the G.I. Joe boxes, the classified, those are just, they look so beautiful that you don't want to get rid of them, especially the classified, and they're numbered. So anyway, that was it. I just quickly wanted to go over what I think is the best retro vintage toy line for a parent and their kid to play with. And again, I'm going to tell you, I believe that it's He-Man. These figures are not the same. There's nothing the same, but they are the same, if you understand what I'm saying. You know, Triclops, he has his 3 different eyes. The detail was perfect. So, if you're a father, if you're a mother, and you want to play with your kids, and you want something that you remembered as a kid that we played with, this is it. Again, I don't see these things breaking. You look at the He-Man figures now from what we had in the 80s, and they're still going strong. So, anyway, I just quickly wanted to get into that. I'm going to probably start doing reviews on the new He-Man figures as they come out. I don't have anything to compare them to, but I've really just fallen in love with this line. And I'll be happy to see, hopefully Mattel starts producing more, so we're not constantly fighting and seeing only He-Man and Skeletor. But it's brilliant because when you do find Man-at-Arms, Triclops, Teela, and a kid wants that, you know, Dad's going to say, oh, wait a minute, you need He-Man, you need a Skeletor to go with him. They're always going to be there. So, anyway, that's a quick review. I haven't done anything in a while. There hasn't been new G.I. Joes. Hopefully Major Blood I'll have next week if I'm lucky. But anyway, that was it. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. Again, Instagram, new name, A Punk with Toys. If you only care about the toys and seeing what I have, what I post, and you don't care about seeing my dogs and my kids and skateboarding, and kind of understand that. So anyway, have a great night. And once again, if you're going to put your money somewhere, oh, that's what I forgot to mention. Price point, $15 for these figures. It's not too much. Again, classified, you know, Marvel Legends, they've all gone up to $22.99. Deluxe figures are going up to, I think, $27.99. The McFarlane toys, again, not that bad, $20. But these are all mini statues. And as much as I love them, and again, Classified is still my favorite line. And I think it's best for the kids. Again, Hasbro, if you're watching, O-ring, what we want. Have a great night.